Okay, in this video I will show you and demonstrate you how to implement the drone controller, very simple, and how to modify it. Okay, so I have this scene which I got from the Unity asset store. It's called Eldorado, you can check it out. Anyways, okay, so here's our drone controller. I'm going to select this prefab over here, which I like for this demonstration. It already has something on it. I will just drag and drop it onto the scene right here. It will appear here, and as you can see, it has the drone movement script, which has all kind of properties. Has the mobile option and the joystick option. So if you want to play it on the phone, you can enable this. If you want to play with the joystick, you can enable this. If you leave it off, you can play with the keys on your keyboard, more in the documentation. Okay, so this is the basic overview. I will explain detail later. Now what we want to do is in our main camera, we want to go into drone controller scripts. We want to drag and drop our camera script onto the camera, which is all set up, and I will show later. Let's go ahead and add a couple of little things to our camera. Let's go into standard assets and let's add this anti-aliasing script, which will get rid of the edges, sharp edges, and let's go ahead and add bloom optimized, and I will lower the intensity just to make it look like, yeah, like that. Okay, so the scene looks better now. Okay, so let me start explaining. Actually, let's go ahead and hit play on our drone. So the rotation, because it starts on a 0, 0, 0, I had a wrong rotation. So let me lower the sound of the drone buzz like this, so you don't have to hear it. Okay, so in the main camera we have properties positioned behind the drone, which is going to be this. If you change it, you can enable the free mouse movement, which will be later used for the VR that is going to come in the later update. So with this you can move your mouse while controlling the drone. Let's go ahead and disable that. Okay, the next option in the camera we have is the camera follow speed, which as you can see the camera lags behind. If we put this to something like to this value, you will see how fast the camera will follow. It will not have any lag, so you can change these values of course, but I prefer it when it's more laggy. And another two options are mouse sensitivity, that's for the free mouse movement, and the mouse follow time, which will lag for the mouse input. So that's all for the camera. Let's go into our drone. Okay, so if you expand the drone movement script, if you were to turn on the mobile turned on and compile it like that and put it on your device, when you hit the keys they will respond like keyboard. So that's that, and I will show the joystick later on. But here you can see the property called velocity. It will tell you how fast your drone is moving, so you can change those values. The drone object, what is that? Okay, so that is the object. I put my drone model because it has some weird rotation. So if I can show you, if I were to put my drone in the drone buzz with the 0, 0 rotation and position, it will look like this. So to correct it, I just made an empty game object to fix the rotation, and you have to attach that to the drone object, which is this one with the rotation of 0, 0, 0. The next one is max speeds. Okay, so as you can see, if I go forward, I have the speed of 10. If I increase that to, let's say, 20, you will notice velocity will increase, and we are going much faster now, twice as fast. And the same for the sideways speed. If we change it to 20, when I hit D key, it will go much faster. And yeah, let's reverse those back. Slow down time. Okay, that one is the time when you move your drone. When I release the keys, you see how long it takes for him to stop. Okay, that's that. And if I decrease the time, you will see how abruptly it will stop. So you don't want that. If you want the more natural feel, I would suggest somewhere around 9 would be the value, like so. Okay, so up and down forces. The up force is actually unchangeable value. It's the value that tells you what is the up force of your drone. So if I press to hover up, you will see it's the force up hover, and if I force down, if I move down, you will see it previews how much is going down. So you can change those values, decrease or increase the up and down values, so you can tell how you want your drone to go up and down speeds. Let's reverse those back. Okay, so the side movement amount and the forward speed is actually the front and side movements forces. If I were to increase the side movement, actually let's go first and go movement forward. If I increase it to 1000, it will speed up much faster. It's actually the acceleration. And same with the side movement amount, excuse me. If I press right, you can notice it's going much faster. Actually not faster, it accelerates faster, but it doesn't go much faster. So let's reverse those back. Rotation amount multiplier is the amount with the J and L keys, how fast do you want to rotate. If I were to increase this to 5, it would rotate much faster, which is this is maybe too much. Okay, so the next thing, let's reverse that. The next thing is the movement tilt. It's the how fast you want your drone to tilt to the side when you move. If you can notice the tilt, if I say 0.5, you will notice how much longer it will take him to transition. And the second value, tilt no movement speed, is the one that takes the time to move to the original position from the tilted one. And I think these are the 0.1 and 0.3 are pretty good values for this. Okay, and we've come to the joystick. I will click the joystick turned on, connect my Xbox 360 joystick, is the older one, and if I move the left analog stick, you can see it goes up and down, left and right of course, and if I move my right stick, it rotates like so. If I press the right bumper, it goes up. If I press the left bumper, it goes down. And what are these values? My joystick is kind of broken, so we'll always rotate somewhere. But these are the axes that I made for the joystick. I think PlayStation 1 has different properties, but I will show you. And these are the buttons that will be used to move down and up your drone to to move it up or down. On the Xbox, the left bumper is the joystick button 13 and the up one is the 14, which stands for the right bumper, and you can check those out in the unit documentation, but I will provide a picture in the documentation. And let me show you the axis inputs that I made. Actually, these were the basic ones already provided, and I had to make the right one for the right analog stick. And let me go ahead and show you that one. And to go edit, project settings input, and as you can see here, I put the name horizontal right. I just copied the original one, and all I did was I changed the type to the joystick axis, and the third axis is the right analog stick, x-axis, and if I wanted to get the up and down motion, I would create the vertical right. Let me demonstrate. Expand this for 1. Let's say I want to move my drone with my right analog up and down instead of the bumper buttons. I will go vertical right, and the only thing I would change is the forward axis, and I would have to change my code a little bit because I set up the buttons, but if you want you can contact me, I will help you with that. And that's it. That's how simple it is to actually implement and modify your drone. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me before this purchase, and that's it.